everyone told me it was literally impossible. They were like, there is no way you can turn pocket change into a down payment in just 6 months. Welcome to This Explainer. Today we're diving into the exact, no-fluff storyline of how a stagnant $500 bill was completely transformed into a $12,000 down payment in just half a year. We're going to treat this like a real story, following the journey of one modest chunk of cash. No scams, no get-rich-quick garbage, just pure, focused execution. And if you want to follow along with real-world financial experiments exactly like this one, go ahead and hit that subscribe button right now so you don't miss a thing. Let's get into it. Meet the hero of our story, a simple, stuck $500 bill. 6 months ago, I was staring at my bank account and realized things were just stagnant. I had exactly $500 of quote-unquote extra cash to my name. Now, most of us would just leave that money sitting in some basic savings account, just letting it gather a few measly pennies and interest over the whole year. I knew if I left it there, it was going to stay exactly $500 forever. It needed a purpose. We had to put it to work. To make this actually work, you've got to have a massive mindset shift. You literally have to stop treating your extra cash like a lottery ticket, start treating it like a business investment. Think about it. A lottery ticket relies purely on luck and just sort of passively hoping for a payout. A business, that requires strategy, input, and real management. Once you stop hoping for a lucky break and start actively managing your cash, the entire game changes. Hey, if you're vibing with this mindset shift, smash that like button so the algorithm pushes this explainer to more people who need to hear it. Now, the secret weapon here wasn't crypto, it definitely wasn't day trading. It was this awesome concept called skill-based arbitrage. Basically, this relies on combining a really limited amount of funds with dedicated time. Specifically, using a small investment alongside maybe 10 hours of free time a week to sell a high-value service. You're essentially acting as the bridge, connecting an affordable tool to a client who desperately needs a premium result. The absolutely crucial point is how we actually deployed that initial capital. Instead of just gambling it away, this $500 was strategically sliced into 3 very distinct categories. $200 went straight into investing in specific software and tools, stuff we actually needed to provide the service. Then another $200 was carved out for micro-targeted paid ads to get our offer in front of the exact right eyeballs. Finally, that last $100, that was kept strictly as an emergency buffer. Gotta have a safety net, right? Okay, with the tools funded, the real work kicked off. I mean, real work. In month 1, the entire focus was just relentless, unapologetic outreach. I chose to offer a niche service. Think along the lines of ghostwriting, video editing, or targeted lead gen. The audience was small businesses that desperately needed these services but literally didn't have the time to figure it out themselves. Listen, the goal for those first 30 days wasn't to build some massive, fancy agency. Nope. The sole mission was just to land one single $500 client to prove the concept actually worked. Fast forward to month 2, boom. That initial $500 turned into $1,500 with 3 active clients. Here is the real secret sauce of this whole explainer, the compound effect. Instead of taking that $1,500 and going out and buying a new TV, the strategy was to flat out refuse to spend the profit. I kept only 20% for personal use, relentlessly plowed 80% of it right back into the business. We're talking buying better systems, faster software, and way more effective outreach tools. When you look at the 6-month timeline, you can really see how working hard inevitably evolved into working smart. Month 1, total grind just to get that first client. Month 2, proof the cash flow was real. Month 4 was the absolute inflection point. That's when I took those reinvested funds and finally outsourced the heavy, tedious back-end fulfillment work to a freelancer. Doing that freed up my time to focus entirely on the one thing that actually brings in the cash: sales and building relationships. Let me tell you, that strategic hiring pivot created a massive hockey stick growth curve. By shifting those 10 hours a week from doing all the back-end busy work to strictly closing deals, the revenue didn't just crawl upward, it completely skyrocketed. We literally doubled revenue from $4,000 in month 3 to $8,000 in month 4 in a mere 30 days. This right here is the incredible power of leveraging other people's time once you've proven your own sales model. Now, before we hit that final $12,000 milestone and talk about the harsh reality of this journey, I want you to really think about something. What is the absolute biggest barrier stopping you from starting your own project right now? Is it time? Fear? Just not knowing what service to even offer? I want you to comment your answer down below so we can discuss the best ones. Hey, while you're down there, make sure you're subscribed to the channel so you don't miss out on our next financial storyline. Let's take a quick step back because we definitely need a reality check here. Hitting that $12,000 mark by month 6 looks incredibly glamorous on a chart, but actually getting there, it was absolutely exhausting. It was a true, gritty 6-month grind paved with dozens of failed, honestly embarrassing cold emails. It meant dealing with incredibly difficult, demanding clients who tested literally every ounce of my patience. And the brutal truth that nobody talks about online. I almost completely threw in the towel in month 3 when the workload peaked, right before I figured out how to outsource. It was definitely not a walk in the park. You know what? Pushing through that unbelievable friction is exactly where the magic happens. The money is great, obviously. The real prize was the skill set. Having 12 grand for a down payment is fantastic. Knowing exactly how to generate cash from scratch using nothing but $500 and pure hustle, that is a permanent, unlosable skill. I've done it once, now I know for a fact I can do it again anytime, anywhere. And if you're still watching and getting inspired by this, hit that like button one more time to help kickstart someone else's journey today. Honestly, the best part of this entire explainer is realizing that you don't need $10,000 to begin your own story. You really don't. You just need to be willing to start with $500 and actually treat it with respect. The blueprint is completely in your hands now. You've seen the math, you've looked at the timeline, you know the exact skill-based arbitrage strategy we used. The only question left for you to answer is this. Are you going to let your next $500 stagnate in some boring savings account, or are you going to put it to work and buy your very own $12,000 skill set? Think about it, take that action, I will see you in our next explainer.